All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays. They work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
What's going on, everyone? This is Nate the Great coming to you live from the All Sports All Plays Network. This is a debate show, and so let me introduce everyone to who will be competing tonight. First up, we have a guy who's been pumped up about this for weeks. He actually asked me the first slide for Real Talk the other day to put the whole thing up there about the competition, because he's been excited about this for weeks. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kenny Moore. Kenny, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Ready to put the smack down on Fathead Freddie.
Yeah, and the second person is a guy that has been a veteran at this. Well, even though he has an 0-2 record, he's a veteran. This is going to be his third competition. So he knows how this thing goes. Freddie Henderson, what's going on?
What's going on, gentlemen? I have to let the viewers know, this man down here called me out on his show last week.
Ducking me.
And I thought I just had to
smoke.
show him that I don't run from nobody. Let's go.
Now let me introduce everyone to the judges. The first judge of the night is a guy who has been who actually had a debate before. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mess Around.
What's going on, guys? Looking forward to seeing who's going to bring us smoke tonight. See if Mr. Delusional can get off the snide.
And the last person to introduce, the last judge for today, is a guy that's, he does the show Thursday Full Count. He's on Bring It. He's on Sports Corner. He does a lot for this network, and he will be judging tonight. Ray Cruz. Ray, how are you doing?
I'm glad to be here. I'm ready to see which one of these two competitors is going to bring the smoke and bring it on.
Can I say something before we go? Kenny, I wish you best of luck. I actually think you're going to win it. So. But hey, I'm gonna still bring it to you. But best of luck on my end.
Best of luck to you too. You're making excuses already, so I'm not surprised.
All right, so I guess this goes off to the first question. Mess Around. Why don't you ask what the first question goes, and each person will get a minute and 30 seconds to answer the question, and will also get a 30-second rebuttal. Now, I have to confess something. I'm getting the timer set up right now. I did not get that before the show. Here. So, timer.
Okay, so the first question is... You want me to do the question now?
Yeah.
Which team had the better run, the Celtics or the Bulls?
Are you fucking kidding me?
And your time starts.
Who going?
Who goes first?
Yeah. Sorry. Freddie, you go first on this one.
Of course I am.
And your time starts now.
Are you kidding me? This shouldn't be a question. It's the GOAT. Everybody call him the GOAT. Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls. I mean, just think how crazy the run that they went on when they acquired Scottie Pippen. They had Dennis Rodman. There's nobody out there able to give them any competition outside of the Detroit Pistons. You talking about this team went on 6 NBA Finals runs? It would have been 8 if Michael Jordan didn't take the 2 years off. You talking about a dynasty where you had guys out the Michael Jordan, the playoff games, the flu game, and all that. I mean, you talking about dynasty winning 72 and 10 games and actually winning the championship. Of course, this Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls had the best run in the NBA history. You're talking about a team you normally don't see dynasties last as long as you've seen that dynasty lasted. There's always a question when a super team is popped up. Can they be like the Chicago Bulls? Can they be like Jordan's Chicago Bulls? And they have yet to be the team that they claim to be. Michael Jordan, I mean, you just think about it. Even when they didn't have Dennis Rodman, they still had other big men to replace them. And then you had the coach of Phil Jackson that was able to make those pieces still work and continue to win. And we've seen, no knock against Boston, but Chicago had a better run.
Yeah, that's false.
Okay.
The Celtics, you had.
Timer just ended. So
I don't get my 30 seconds.
No. You actually get your 1:30, and then Freddie gets a chance to rebuttal. And
Okay, got you. Okay.
So
go ahead.
Your timer starts now.
He took the easy one, so I'm going to take the hard one. The Celtics had the tougher road. They dealt with the LA Lakers, the Showtime Lakers. They dealt with, the Pistons, the bad boy Pistons. They had wars. The Jordan era benefited from the Celtics getting older and the Pistons getting older. The only team that they really beat was the New York Knicks, and the Knicks had one star in Patrick Ewing. As a matter of fact, if Charles Smith would actually dunk the ball, the Knicks would have probably won one of those series. But that's a story for another day. Bottom line is the Celtics front three of Larry Bird, McHale, and Parrish is one of the all-time greats. Those series against the Lakers were all-time greats. They won 3 championships in that time span. And so because of the level of competition they had was better, it's clear that the Celtics were the better team and they had the better run because they had greater competition and tougher teams which they had to beat. The Jordan just had the old Pistons and the one team, the one-man band Knicks with Ewing and John Starks, who was barely an all-star. So this is easy.
So I get my 30 seconds so far? I'm ready.
All right. So resetting. Your timer, Freddie, your rebuttal timer starts now.
Kenny, it's funny that you said that, but I can recall in previous times that you go to our chat and you told me about the competition Jordan had to play against. Yes, he had to play against the bad boy Pistons. That gave him trouble. But guess what? He still had to play against Larry Bird. He had to play against the Utah Jazz with Stockton and
Miami.
They still had a Chicago Bulls. I mean, you still had a Charles Barkley you had to worry about. So guess what? You still had Magic and Body Divac that you had to worry about. So he still had competition that he had to go against. And we see how hard it is to win championships. They won 6 championships.
Time is up.
That's 30 seconds. All right. So
that should be striking for talking in between my takes.
Now, Kenneth, this goes down to your final 30 seconds. It's really up to this to decide who rebuttals count. Rebuttals are a key factor into this. So your 30 seconds to give your rebuttal. Timer starts now.
Yeah, he talked about the Lakers with the old Magic on his last legs. Vlade Divac was a baby. He was a rookie in the league. Charles Barkley, again, a one-man team. The Sixers was a one-man team. The Knicks was a one-man team. He got the Pistons when they were on their last leg. So he just benefited from being in a good round. And as a matter of fact, when he went up against the Celtics, what happened? He lost. He scored 65 and got knocked out.
Done.
I'm done.
Because the clock is done, yeah.
All right. So for the judges, make sure to text in our group chat for who do you think won this round. We'll reveal the answers towards the end. But it is the second round, and Ray, did I ask you to do the question last time?
Yes, Dave.
Or was it necessary? Okay, Ray, why don't you be the one that asks the question this time?
Yeah, we do any topic, right? Or
the questions that why don't you be the one that asks the question?
No, you didn't give me no questions to ask.
Okay, mess around. Why don't you be the one that asks the questions?
I don't have the list in front of me. I just remembered the first one.
Okay. Now that's a little bit of an issue.
I got it. So
I'm sending in the group chat now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen.
Good Lord.
All right. So I guess I'll ask a third question here. Now we've had some bad teams. We've had as I said in my last debate, my triple threat match, which I won. I mentioned that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had the worst win differential, but we're sticking it to 2 this time. We're sticking it to the Detroit Lions or the Cleveland Browns. And now going to the timer, your timer. This is Kenny. Kenny, you go first on this one. And well, I'm the one that's having a. Okay. There. Your timer starts now. This goes to Kenny. Which team had the worst organization between the Cleveland Browns or the Detroit Lions?
It's clear the Detroit Lions. The
Timer
Detroit
starts
Lions.
now.
Oh, the Detroit Lions are the worst organization. They have one playoff win in like 50 years. There's no. They have been the sign of futility for I don't know how long. They're so bad that players retired early. Calvin Johnson retired early. Barry Sanders retired early, so that he would not have to be subjected to the futility, the sorry football that is franchise that is the Detroit Lions. They make Thanksgiving hard to watch. The Cowboys have to clean up their mess because they start the day off just stinking up the joint. So the Detroit Lions are clearly the worst franchise. Again, one playoff win in I don't know how many years. You got players that retire early as opposed to wanting to play for the Lions. They go through coaches like you change your underwear. So it's just been a dysfunctional franchise from the time that they've been in existence. So it's clear it's the Detroit Lions, not the Cleveland Browns.
You still have 20 seconds left. Do you have anything else to say?
I don't even need it.
Okay. We'll go ahead and reset the timer now. Freddie, it's your stance to make. What do you have to say about your comment? Your time starts.
Wait. Repeat the question.
I'm trying to buy some time.
Okay. Between the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions, which team has the worst organization?
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, your timer starts now.
Kenny is absolutely correct, but let's take it back 50 years ago when the curse started for the Detroit Lions. That's when they had the quarterback by the name of Bobby Lane. Do you guys remember him? He said then the Lions will not win 50 for 50 years, and they have not won anything but a playoff game. They have not been relevant. You talking about when you have stars like Barry Sanders go through this franchise, and he still put up the numbers that he put up and still not able to win, that we classify him as one of the best running backs to ever touch the game. When you have a quarterback in Matthew Stafford, who is just is a great quarterback that's been on the wrong team. I mean, this team is even worse than the Chicago Bears, when the Chicago Bears have not had a quarterback run through that franchise. I mean, just come on. I mean, stop it. They have not been good for years. And do I need to tell you about their win percentage? You talking about for the last 50 years, they have won 268 games and 410 games. That is a 39%. That is 39% winning. I mean, what? And then you talking about the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns have won games. They're at a 56% win time. They have won games. You talking about a team franchise that cannot get a coach. You talking about a franchise who just gave multiple first-round picks for Jared Goff for the Rams. And what have Jared Goff proven in the NFL?
That is your time. Okay, so resetting the clock. Now this goes down to the rebuttals again. Kenny, do you want me to repeat the question, or do you got this?
I got it.
Okay. And your rebuttal time starts now.
He made all of my points. So what is there to rebut? I've already stated the correct answer. He just piggybacked on what I had to say. It's clear that, there is no culture of winning when it comes to the Detroit Lions. It's just been a culture of losing. Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson, that combination, you couldn't win in a playoff game. Like that's everything that you need to know.
Okay, now this goes down to your last rebuttal. So do you want me to repeat the question again, Freddie?
No, we good.
Okay. Your 30-second rebuttal starts now.
Yes, I might have picked the same team, but I told you where the curse began. The curse began 50 years ago with a quarterback who was their starting quarterback, but he cursed him and said, you know what, you will not win for 50 years, and he was not lying. You're talking about a team who cannot get the right coach, who cannot win football games no matter what. This team is one of the worst franchises. They need to take it off Thanksgiving. I don't know why they have it on national TV at all.
Okay. Now this goes down to the last questions. Now since Mess Around has asked the question, I've asked the question. Ray, you get to ask this last question. Ray, what do you have for the last question?
If you're going to start an NBA franchise, who will be your first pick any generation?
And now this is the last question. This may be a do or die question. Win or lose question. Freddie, since you went first and Kenny went first on the last question, you get to go first again on this question. Your minute and 30 seconds starts now.
Are you kidding me? You're talking about a franchise player that needs to make others great, to not just be great with himself. LeBron James. As LeBron James entered into the NBA, LeBron James have done nothing but make others better around him. We don't need somebody like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant that's going to come here and take all the shots and take away from other players. We need somebody that's going to come in here and make other people around him better, that's going to actually lead a team deep in the playoffs. We've seen LeBron James at a young, early age lead a no-name team to the playoffs at a young age. We've seen LeBron James go to 3 different franchises, win a championship, win the Finals MVP with that championship. So that tells me that he's a leader. And guess what? You don't just need to be able to play basketball. You don't need to just be the leader. You need to be able to sell tickets. And LeBron James came out of high school. He was called the chosen one. And he came, and guess what? As a kid, had cameras following him as a kid. I mean, what basketball kid at that time did you see have cameras following around him? LeBron James is the best player that can get a team around him, to lead them far into the playoffs. And then, hey, if the team is good enough, he will lead them to the championship. This easily, LeBron James. I mean, you have Michael Jordan, you have Kobe Bryant, but guess what? They wasn't there to get teammates involved. We're talking about the great starting a franchise around, almost somebody that's going to make the others better.
Time. I need to be better at the okay.
And like my comment if I care.
What, Kenny? Now this goes down to your last point before we go down to the rebuttals. Do you want me to repeat the question? Do you want Ray to repeat the question?
No, you don't have to.
Okay. Your 1minute and 30 seconds starts now.
The answer to this question is the most unstoppable, the most unique player to ever play the game. And that's Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a 7-foot guard. You've never seen a 7-foot guard. You've never seen anybody at that height with handle that's able to shoot the ball from anywhere on the court, that can score from anywhere on the court. This guy came into the league scoring 20 points a game weighing 160 pounds. He couldn't even bench press. He couldn't even do a bench press in the combine on coming into the draft. But this guy came in. He's been multiple MVP. He went to the finals early in his career with Russell Westbrook and James Harden. If they kept that team together, they probably would have became the next dynasty. And we don't even know. LeBron James might not even won a championship. But the fact of the matter is, he beat LeBron head to head when they went up against each other in the finals twice. And he finished him when it came down to winning time. And that's the difference between him and LeBron James. He's a closer. You don't have to worry about getting to the free throw line and missing free throws because he's a 90% free throw shooter. And he can shoot from anywhere on the floor where LeBron hits and misses. But clearly, the most unstoppable player to ever play this game, the most unique player to ever play this game. You start your franchise with Kevin Durant. And he can block shots and play defense. It's Kevin Durant, no question about
it. Kenny, not Kenny, Will. Yeah, I will give Kenny this. He's not afraid to come on here and battle me. Yeah, you can keep running up the comments, but I don't care.
Was that your 30-second rebuttal?
No, for him, yes. For him, yes.
Now, it is time. Rebuttals. This is this might determine who wins this question. And since this is the last question, this might be to determine who wins this match. So, Freddie, it's your 30-second rebuttal. Do you want me to repeat the question?
No.
Repeat the question. I don't know why I'm laughing.
No,
time starts now.
It's funny that you mentioned Kevin Durant. You remember they took to the finals with Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. Who beat them? LeBron James. You talking about, Kevin Durant beat him in the finals? Yes, Kevin Durant was so good, he had to join a team and won 73-9. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green to beat LeBron James. Let's not forget, he joined that team to beat LeBron because he couldn't beat him head to head. But we're talking about, you said scoring. I have a player that's making others around him better. That's what I want my franchise guy to do, make the others better around him.
Time. All right, so this goes down to the last rebuttal before we calculate the results.
Wait. Yeah, well, I'm not high and mighty. There's a God in heaven that's high and mighty, my friend. My bad, I'm sorry. I just had to remind him I'm not God.
He's just mad because he's telling the truth. But go ahead.
I'm not God.
All right, Kenny, it's your 30-second rebuttal. Do you want me to repeat the question?
I do not.
All right, so your 30-second rebuttal starts now.
LeBron James started the team up thing. He couldn't win a championship at Cleveland, so he had to go to Miami and go to with LeBron. I mean, with Wade and Chris Bosh. KD is the best closer. He's the better closer. You need somebody that's going to hit clutch shots. That's going to be KD, and not LeBron James, who can't hit free throws and who's scared to go into the paint when time is tough. He passes it off to Kyrie. He passes it off to Dwayne Wade because he's not a closer. KD is the closer, and he has the clutch gene.
Okay, so it's getting towards that time before we finally, before we agree on who won each round and all this kind of stuff. So 30 seconds countdown starting now. So we'll go through this round by round. Round one, it was 2-1 in favor of Kenny. Round two, it was unanimous in favor of Kenny.
Oh, it's a win. It's over.
Round three was almost, if it wasn't for what Freddie said in round one, it almost would have been unanimous in favor to you, Freddie.
I want to congratulations to Kenny, but what I say in round one,
you said MJ was the GOAT, and then now you're saying all these things that
about LeBron.
About LeBron.
Right.
Yeah,
so which is why I didn't go for you. So it was 2-1 in favor of Freddie and that third question, but that's why I personally didn't go.
Yeah, and I knew he was going to take LeBron, and I didn't want to do MJ, so that's why I just did KD.
Hey, Kenny, congratulations, my friend. You did a wonderful job. Shout out to you. Well deserved.
I just came and did what I said I was going to do. That's all it was.
Well, I knew you was going to win because, I had, like I said, but congratulations to you. You well deserved. Best of luck to the next round.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Kenny, do you want the winner's circle, or basically I put you on the screen and you get to brag about this one?
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. Of course. So, again, I just did what I said I was going to do. In the chat, and I said it on Real Talk, there's levels to this. And when it comes to debate, when it comes to me and Freddie, there's here and then there's here. And, we all know, and it was proven on tonight. He could have studied for 2 weeks. He could have studied for the rest of the year, and he's not going to beat me when it comes to debates. Because when it comes to talking this sports thing, he's just not in my league. It just is what it is. But he tried, give him credit. He get an E for effort, T for nice try. But, cream rises to the top. And, the cream rose to the top.
All right. So
Nate, hold on. I never run,
Yes, respect to you.
Yes,
respect to you for taking on the challenge. Respect
for that. Yeah, Will Poston, I lost again, but like I said, hey.
And Will, you can come get it too.
Exactly. I ain't running from nothing. Whenever, don't be scared. You can talk the keyboard. I'm never.
Yeah, keyboard bullies could get dealt with too. So all you got to do is jump in the line.
Will's not part of the network anymore, but he does have a better record than what you have, Freddie.
Like I said, I'm not running. I don't never hide. So hey, I can lose all day long, but hey, I get a man props. He beat me.
All right, so
I respect that.
So the next debate coming up is actually this Wednesday. I myself face against Tim Fielder, Sarge. And I just wanted to say one thing about this, and one thing only. I beat J-Mac. Who beat Landon? Who beat Tim? So this should be easy for me. But that's all I have to say. Next up, actually.
All talk.
Next up, actually.
Anytime, any place, my man.
Oh my gosh. The next show actually is Real Talk. Coming up actually in 11 minutes. Anybody have any final thoughts before we actually get this to close? All right.
Nope, good times, good competition, good fun.
Yes, sir.
Mass round?
I just can't wait for me and this guy Ray to go on it and debate, bring a smoke. So that should be fun.
Oh yes.
Ray?
Yep, ready to go. Bring it on.
Yeah, so
bring it on.
Coming up is Real Talk. It's going to be like a 30-minute show coming up actually in 10 minutes. And then after that, we're going to be doing like an NHL trade deadline breakdown, some of the more key moves and stuff like that on Sports Corner. So stay tuned and have a great rest of the day.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays. Like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.